Welcome to Sandwiches of History. Today is Guest Host Friday, and our guest host today might be familiar because we've collaborated in the past. It's Billy Z. Now, Billy Z is a home cook and pizza maker who was diagnosed a couple years ago with muscular dystrophy, and so he's decided to use food as a way to raise awareness and funds for the Muscular Dystrophy Association. And by collaborating with various restaurants around Chicago, he's raised $45,000 in 2 years, which is pretty impressive. You can follow him on Instagram and TikTok at @TheRealBillyZ. He's a great guy, and he even has a Sunday sandwich series, which you should check out because they look delicious. Billy, take it away.
What's up, everybody? My name is Billy Zuricat. I'm also known as Billy Z or Tripping Billy. And I am here today helping Barry out and being guest host for Sandwiches of History. And we are going back to 1923 to make a recipe from everybody's favorite cookbook, 900 Successful Sandwiches of 1923. It was a hell of a year for sandwiches. We got 900 solid recipes out of it. And today I'm making the minced sandwich.
All right, shout out to my microphone that did not record the audio as I filmed this. So go and give you a little voiceover here. The minced sandwich recipe ends up yielding a bunch of sandwiches, and I don't plan on eating a bunch of this sandwich. So it's going to kind of scale this down, starting off with some minced salmon. And this is just some leftover grilled salmon that I had. Some minced ham. This is just a small chunk I got from the deli, some tavern ham minced up. Minced hard-boiled egg. Now, really funny, the recipe calls for a walnut-sized onion. And if you didn't know this, the 1920s, nuts were a unit of measurement in the kitchen. So you may get like a cashew amount of garlic in recipe, for example. Who knows? So get our minced onion in there, and then some minced tomato, just some Roma tomato minced up. And another funny thing with this recipe, there's no binder. The binder is either a little melted butter or olive oil. I went ahead and just add a little olive oil. It also specifically notes that this is a very rich sandwich, so don't put too much. So we're going to try to get this all mixed up. But seasoning. You need to season this up with just a dash of cayenne pepper and just a dash of black pepper. So we'll mix this mixture up, try to get this combined as best we can. And then let me give you one guess of what type of bread this is going on. You guessed it. Buttered bread. And this is just some whole grain bread that I have left over. So we're going to spoon the mixture on here, try to get as much as we can onto the sandwich because, boy, look at how filling and beautiful that looks. Really, really appetizing. Top it off with some lettuce, some romaine lettuce leaf, and then cut this diagonally. And then, boy, oh boy, it's time to try the minced sandwich.
All right, let's give this minced sandwich a go. Okay, so it's rich, got good salmon, nice smokiness from the ham, a little bite from the onion, little kick from the cayenne, but not much. It's just, I don't know. I think I need to plus this up. All right, so the sandwich is dry, and the only binder is a little bit of butter, so definitely going to add a little mayo. And then, since I'm from Chicago, I have a couple great Chicago plus-ups. Going to add some giardiniera. This is from JP Graziano here in Chicago. Giardiniera is a mixture of pickled vegetables. There's some peppers, some carrots, some olives. Sometimes you'll see celery and cauliflower in there as well. It's pickled and then preserved in oil, sometimes olive oil, sometimes sunflower oil. And then, just for some crunch, because you need some texture in this thing. There's not a lot of texture. It's like mush. And then there's like a little bit of onion in there. These are some Chicago-style hot dog chips from Foxtrot. These are kettle chips that don't taste like hot dogs, but they're supposed to give you some flavor of some like mustard, some flavor of like relish, paprika, and get a little flavor in here, and mainly need some texture. So there we go. All right, let's give this plussed up minced sandwich with mayo, giardiniera, and Chicago hot dog chips a go. It needed something as a binder. So like mayo works, you need that. You think it's kind of, you have like there's almost like an egg salad vibe and almost like a deli fish style sandwich vibe with everything minced up with the salmon and the ham. So mayo is kind of a no-brainer. And The chips give that nice textural crunch. You need something on there. It's just mush. And the giardiniera gives you some acid to cut through some of that richness in there. Touch of heat as well. So yeah, I think that was a really good plus up. All right, so the original mint sandwich, I would give 4.5 out of 10. The ingredients are good on their own, but together there's not much varying in flavor, not much varying in texture. So that was a 4.5. Adding the plus up of mayo as a creamy binder, giardiniera to give it a little heat, a little acid, and then the crunch from the Chicago hot dog chips, 6.5. But it's not a sandwich I would probably, go back and recreate. I'm sure I'll finish it because it's here. I don't want to waste food, but I truly believe that there was 899 successful sandwiches of 1923. That's a little misleading title with 900. So, Barry, thank you so much for having me. And, it's kind of crazy. The past couple of years, my life has changed so much. Barry mentioned before, I was diagnosed with a form of muscular dystrophy called limb girdle. It's changed my life. I started using food as a way to raise awareness for this cause and raise money for the Muscular Dystrophy Association by doing food collaborations around the city of Chicago. And the opportunities that have come up are just insane. This is another example. Been watching Barry for a long time, and it's an honor to collaborate with him and take over a Sandwich of History Friday. So if you're in Chicago, come through. Try some of my different food collaborations to raise money for the cause. If you're not in Chicago, give me a follow here on Instagram, The Real Billy Z. Click the link in my bio. If you're inspired by my story, you like my content, you like my Sunday sandwiches or my pizzas, feel free to make a donation to the Muscular Dystrophy Association, and hopefully one day we'll find a cure for this disease. Thank you, guys.